Welcome back to Gambling Gains. On my first ever YouTube video, I have to say thank you to you guys. I got over 100 views. In that video, I proclaimed I was going to bet every single moneyline underdog. I did, and it did not go well. So in this video, we will be diving into what went wrong and what could have actually gone worse. I'll also give a short preview of what's to come in this next episode and what to expect out of my channel going forward. Alright guys, let's jump into this messy autopsy of a betting strategy, which as a side note is always important to do. Understanding how and why you won or lost is important to being a long-term winner, or at the very least keeping that bankroll afloat as long as you can. High level, we went 7-25. However, we were close on a few swing games. As you can see, of those 25 losses, 7 were by single digits. You may also have heard this stat thrown out a few times over the weekend. This is the first time since 2017 that no seed higher than 12 has been able to advance the second round. We did have two 12 seeds win, but one of them was actually the favorite, so we didn't have it. Okay guys, let's take a look at these actual results. We'll start over here with day one, where we had 4 wins with Creighton, McNeese, Arkansas, and Drake. It was feeling pretty okay after day one. Had some good wins here with McNeese at plus 270, Drake plus 230. Arkansas was able to take care of Kansas at plus 172, and we started the day off great with Creighton. Ended up down by about 2 units on the day, but not terrible. Heading into day two, I really thought we were going to get some chaos. And we were really close with a couple, right? So we had Baylor plus 107, Ole Miss plus 114, and New Mexico plus 156. The one we really needed and would have made us positive through this whole experience, even at an 8-24 record, was Robert Morris at plus 1438 here. They were hanging tough with Bama down the stretch. They kind of faltered a little bit. We can blame the refs. You can do that, this, and the other thing, but you know, when you're playing these big dogs, you kind of know what you're getting into with it. They really have to honestly, truly win the game. And Alabama turned out to be the better team here. And yeah, so Robert Morris fell at that plus 1438. That would have been nice to have. And Vandy at plus 180 really could have cut into this deficit that we ended up having. They blew a lead down the stretch. They were leading all game and ended up losing by 3. Okay, so what did that do, right? Betting every round one underdog. What were the results? We wagered 30 units with 1 unit on every pick except for the 16 seeds where we did half a unit. That resulted in us collecting back 18.79 units. You can do that math real quick. That's going to be a negative 11.21. Now, believe it or not, this actually could have been worse. If you didn't follow what I was doing in our previous videos where we were doing this thing called price shopping, that's where you pull up these odds screens, you bounce around to the different sports books that you have access to, and you're making sure that you're always getting the best line. This actually could have been worse. Okay guys, so if you remember from our video, we didn't end up actually making any picks at Fliff, so I thought this would be a really good example. 1, because they had the worst lines, and 2, sometimes they have really good lines, so it could be really easy to fall into this trap where you get loyal to a sports book, and there's absolutely no reason to be loyal to a sports book. I would actually recommend having Fliff in your portfolio. They did not have good money lines this past weekend, so again, if you had become loyal to Fliff and didn't shop around, that negative 11.21 actually becomes even worse than what we played. So let's take a look at what those results look like. As you can see here on the left, all of these picks were worse than what we played. Every single one of these wins is worse than what you paid. That means you're getting less money on that payout. So what does that look like in terms of cash in your pocket? Or, yeah, a cash in your pocket. You lost less cash by playing it the other way than you would have this way. You would have only collected 17.91 units. On that same 30 units wagered, you're down negative 12.09 units. Betting exclusively on Fliff would have cost an additional 0.88 units lost on just 7 wins. We really didn't have that many wins, so to lose an additional 0.88 units just by betting on one sportsbook is actually kind of crazy in this scenario. Usually it's not this drastic, but this is actually pretty drastic over just 7 wins. The difference of what we made or lost versus how much more we really could have lost. And again, this isn't to say that Fliff is a bad sports book. They can be a great sportsbook. They do a lot of odds promotions. They do a lot of really, really great things over there. But just in this case and in this scenario, this is why you price shop. This is why you don't stay loyal to one sportsbook. So coming up next this week, we will be taking a look at the remaining 16 teams and how this bracket is shaping up. Can we look at some past history and determine a likely winner? And if we can, is there a good bet to make out there? Right? Is there good value on the team we think will be cutting down the nets in a couple weeks? Thank you guys again for watching. I wanted to move toward the future of the channel and what you guys can expect when you do subscribe here. So I'm really excited about what's to come. If you couldn't guess by the channel name, I'm going to be focusing on both sports betting content as well as fitness content. On the sports betting side of the house, I'm going to be focusing primarily on 3 things, and those are going to be best practices, football, and the UFC. So with best practices, we're going to be looking at things like handicapping, bankroll management, price shopping like we just did. I'll do another breakdown going into those things. Really just the tools you need to bet on any sport, whether that be football, UFC, like kind of how the bacon's made, how you do it, and how you can have that success long term. Football, we'll be looking at NCAA and NFL. This is all going to start up post-draft. We'll be breaking down every college and pro team and trying to find potential edges that will come in the fall. In my personal experience, winning football happens with research over the summer, poring over the data and finding that edge. The first full UFC breakdown will be for the upcoming pay-per-view in April. I will have picks for the fight nights in between, which you can check out on my TikTok, or I may even do some shorter videos on here that will just feature my personal plays. And then as we move towards the fitness side, I'll be looking to share things like workout vlogs, physique updates, some fun cooking recipes to stay shredded, as well as reviews of both exercises and equipment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below if there's anything that you want to see out of this channel, whether it be on the sports betting side or on the fitness side, or if you have any tips for me going forward in my YouTube career. That's all for me here at Gamble and Gains. Twitter and TikTok ads are here on the screen. Stay tuned later this week for my Sweet 16 breakdown, and we'll see if we can figure out who's going to win this tournament. Till then, stay safe and have a great day.